Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you so much for joining me today for the Child Profile webinar Kindy Hub series. I'm Christy Andrews and I'll be hosting this webinar this afternoon. Over the past 7 years, Kindy Hub has been focused on helping educators streamline documentation process as well as enabling improved communication and collaboration between educators and family through the use of technology. So we all know that curriculum sets and learning outcomes are really important within early childcare. What we try to do here at Kindy Hub is to be able to capture those through your different learning stories, and a way of being able to check those and the development milestones of the children is through the children's profile. Keep in mind that we can see here that we've got your EYLS outcomes, your NQS, your Theoris links. However, if your centre's got their own philosophies or your own guidelines that you would like to be placed into Kindy Hub, please do let our support centre know and we'll be able to add those in for your centre. So I'm now just going to quickly take you over to our Kindy Hub homepage, and I'm now going to take you through a live demonstration of the children's profiles. For those that are familiar with Kindy Hub, you will know that this here is your home screen. If we scroll down, you can see the children that are attending today in the different rooms. This is a great way to be able to have a quick access to the children's profile page, the communicate and the reports. And it just saves you going into the different areas within Kindy Hub. You can literally click on, we need to send a quick communicate to Lachlan's parents, and that will bring up that communicate section straight away for you to be able to add anything in there. From this homepage, you can also see the profile of the child. Now we'll go into the profile of the child a little bit later on, but as far as clicking that profile, and that will bring that up there straight away. The next area is obviously the reports. So if you're wanting to do a quick, well, how many observations does Lachlan have? We can click on that and we can do a quick observation of Lachlan then and there. So that home page is a quick area for you to be able to manage the children's profiles and also to see who's obviously attending for that day in what particular room. Now, for those that have only set up a couple of children's profiles, if you go into settings and manage children, this is where you can start your child's profile. So I'm going to go through and I'm going to add a new child first, and then we're going to come and have a look at Bailey's profile and delve down a little bit more into how Kindy Hub can assist you with keeping a track of your children's development milestones. So let's add a new child. Add child. Select what room they're going to be in. Select what days they're going to be coming into the centre. Their surname. So we'll put this under a child here. First name, Michelle. Date of birth, gender, female. Now, as you can see, as soon as I typed in the surname Andrews, these two boxes came up. So that is basically for if you've got a sibling in the centre, you can then link that family and that parent to whatever the child is. So we can see here, because this is my dummy account, I'm the mother of a couple of different children in the centre. But if this was a live account, so your centre's account, if you were to put Andrews in and Michelle, and if they had a sibling by the name of Jamie, you can tick that person, which will then mean both of those children are going to be under the one app account for that family and for those parents. It makes it really easy for the parents to be able to see all the learning outcomes, the capturing of photos that are coming through for both children under the one app. If for whatever reason you've got a sibling in the centre and you don't select this grey box that comes up, that parent will then actually have two separate app accounts for the two separate children. If for whatever reason it's not a sibling, so let's just pop in, let me try and think of a surname that I don't have in mind. So if we pop Clark in, let's take this one here, you simply go through and you just pop the details here. Their email address, the relationship, and whether they're the primary carer or not. Now, we can add up to 6 family members within Kindy Hub per child. This is managed directly from the centre, and the reason being is so that it keeps the privacy and the security so that parents just can't be asking anybody to join the Kindy Hub. I'm going to go back out of the Add Child and we're going to go back into Settings, Manage Children. So let's have a look at Bailey's profile. And we can see an overview of Bailey. Clearly, we've just got the one photo of Bailey. If you've got other photos or other videos, you will see that in this captured area here. We can see here, Bailey is attending the preschool room and he's coming through Monday through to Friday. The section down here is the parent section. Where you see the reset password, that is an area that you can send a reset password request to the parents if they come in and say, I can't remember, I can't log on to Kindy Hub, can you help me? It's a matter of going into that setting, children's child profile, and then reset the password. This is also an area where you'll be able to send the invite to the app for any new parents. So once you've launched Kindy Hub, our support team will send off the one bulk parent app invite. However, when you receive and have new children join your centre, once you've uploaded their profile and their children's profile details, you then just need to go into this section here and send the app invite. If we scroll down here, you can see the list of the reports that have been created for Bailey. You can edit any of these directly from here and you can also preview them. For the daily reports, I'm not sure whether you're all aware, but the individual photos will be linked directly into the daily report from the reporting feature of Kindy Hub. We've then got observations. So observation is once again within the reporting feature of Kindy Hub, and it can be a group observation or an individual observation. You'll have the opportunity to be able to tick what photos you would like to add into one of those observations. Now the report creator section, we can see here that there's a few different reports within the report creator. The report creator is a great way for your centre to be able to keep the look and feel of current documentation that you're already using. Our support team are able to assist you with making buttons for your different reports. We've then got family stories. So we can see here, I'll pop into family stories. So you can view it from what the parents have sent through. So the parents are out and about and they feel like whatever they're doing, whether it be a swimming club, they're at the zoo, they're planting some seeds, they feel like it can be linked back in to your program and your curriculum. They are able to send that through directly from the app. And I'll show you the parents app shortly. The best thing about the family input and family stories is that it provides educators an area to be able to add into your organiser directly. So it's a matter of simply clicking this add item, adding in the details and the follow-up for that family story section. Okay, so we've gone through all the different reports for that particular child. However, the document and files here, This is a really great way to be able to keep everything for that child in the one place, including if they've got an asthma plan, if their parents have got any exact learning outcomes that they're wanting and they want to see take place within that year, you can add that in there. And you've also then got any internal notes and comments. So once again, if a child's got any allergies, if they've got to use a particular sunscreen, if they've got any religious items that you need to make note of, the child profile that we're looking at here can only be seen by the educators. So any notes or any documents that you add into here, nobody else will see. Families won't see. It's just simply for the educators and for an internal notes for the centre. So let's go back into Manage Children and let's have a look at that profile again and see where Bailey's at as far as his learning and development milestones are. You simply click View Report and it will show up what areas the centre and educators have linked back to Bailey. So we can see here with the EYLF practices that Bailey has actually been linked 4 times into this learning through play practice. We can also see from this one here, assessment of learning hasn't been linked at all. If we go down to the principles a little bit more, we can see here that there's been 1 recording for the respect of diversity, but then nothing in regards to high expectations and equality. This provides you with an overview and a quick snapshot of where each child is at and potentially what areas of development and learning the centre and educators then need to focus on. The number here next to the recorded section is how many times that particular learning outcome has been recorded through, whether it's a daily report, a report creator report that you've managed yourselves, or an observation. So I'm just going to bring you back to that Manage Children page again. If there's a parent that comes in and they want all their photos exported, it's a matter of popping in the USB and exporting the photos and saving them onto that USB for the parents. When you archive a child, that means that the child is no longer attending your centre. So it will be in the back end of the system. However, you won't be able to see anything and parents won't be able to receive any communication from the centre. However, everything that is already listed in their app, the parents will be able to view despite the fact that the child has been archived. If you're wanting to edit a child, that just brings us back into that form of how many days they're attending, what room they're attending, and then the parents' details. I hear a lot of it takes forever to be able to move groups of children from one room to the other, especially at the end of every year. So KintyHub has made this really easy for you, which is called a bulk move facility. If you were to click on the Joey's room here, you can see that all 3 children have been ticked. If you go down the bottom, you can then see, right, we want to move them into the preschool room, and then we're going to press move. They will automatically move from the Joey's room to the preschool room. If for whatever reason you've ticked all of the Joey's room and you've got 25, 30 children in that room, and you know maybe 1 or 2 aren't going to be moving up because of their age and their parents are going to keep them back, you simply tick that particular child and they will stay in that room. So I'm just going to take you back to the home screen. Once again, this is your area of quick access to the profile, to communicate, or to the reporting details for that particular child. Now, everyone wants to know how parents see things. So I'm going to quickly take you over to the parent app. So therefore you can see how parents view the information and the learning stories you can see. The learning stories will come through this section here. Any individual tagged photos will come into the photo section. If you've got group photos that you've tagged, they will only be linked into a learning story if you've selected that particular photo to go into that story. The communicate section is where you can obviously send different newsletters or a group note, reminding them of an excursion, or potentially a one-on-one communicate area that you're wanting that family to view and see. Events, we have all of the events details, public holidays listed. You can then add in additional events for that centre. Family stories, we've just gone through how we see that as far as educators in the centre is concerned. Feedback can go directly to the centre or to ourselves at Kindy Hub. And the centre information is for you to be able to put extra information in for parents to be able to view quickly. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you once again so much for taking the time and participating in this webinar. I hope you have found it worthwhile and informative. Have a wonderful afternoon. Many thanks.